Welcome back to Everyday Woman, and we had talked to our survivor, Sherry Kinnison, and now we have her husband, Bill, joining us. Thank you for being here, Bill.
It's a pleasure.
So we've been discussing how important it is to have a support system and a plan as you're going through the recovery process. So what was that like for you? What did you do for her? How did that feel going through that?
It's difficult for a husband or a boyfriend because you're used to, you're supposed to be the defender of your family and the protector. And for the first time, you're facing a situation you have no control over. Yeah. And that's very difficult. And for me, it was extremely difficult because I managed my brother, the famous Sam Kinnison, and I had to work out a lot of situations. Now, all of a sudden, I'm in a position. I have no control. All I can do is be a cheerleader, and that's difficult for a man. Yeah. That's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So I would have rather, we used to playfully argue about who had it the worst. And she'd go, I have cancer. And I'd tell her, and I really meant it, I would take that in a second rather than her have to go through that.
And so knowledge is power. And what kind of research or what did you do to help bring yourself up to speed and just kind of see what you can do to help her through this?
Well, the first thing you do is you jump all over the internet.
Google.
And
thank God for the internet.
And we have great doctors that are willing to give you that information.
And Dr. John Link's book, I'm sure.
What are some questions you asked or looked for? What were you concerned about?
Well, the first thing that you're in a realization, or you think you are, is that if you hear cancer, she's going to die.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, the first surgeon we went to, we left there thinking that she's going to die. And then we met Dr. West, who, I don't know, somehow in just a few minutes, he reassured us it's going to be a long journey, but she's going to be all right. And so then you just try to familiarize yourself with different terms that you're not familiar with. Her having an estrogen-driven cancer, I have no idea what that is. And the different treatments. She was also one of the first which we didn't realize, but she was one of the first that they gave chemo to before surgery. Now, that's fairly common, but 8 years ago, she was one of the first ones actually did that. So you're really just, any information because you're still in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I may have to go through the rest of my life without this person, or she may have to, she may not even make it, for her.
And did you find that you guys made lifestyle changes, maybe where you're eating out or what you're eating, or did you want to go out more? Where were you at with your mindset?
Well, we have been very lucky. Our life's been very blessed, and we lived, we thought, a healthy life. But it does change you to where you want to live even healthier. Right. Exercise and eating and different things, you do start taking a lot more notice of what you put in your body.
And what about as far as your appreciation for life? Like, did you know a lot of people, they start to realize something like that and they want to start to travel more or do something else. Did you guys start to do things like that?
You do. We've been married 41 years. Wow. And, you can become stale. And then when something like that happens, wow. The appreciation for one another, and we have fun together. I think that's our biggest thing. We do laugh and share everything. And we only have one daughter. And, that was so important. I want to live. I can live without a tit. I want to live. Yeah. So that's that was my motto. I just want to get through this. I'm here for the long haul. So
with your marriage, do you have any small fights anymore? Or is that something that
we still get into it.
You got to keep it healthy.
I would like to add to that it renewed our relationship.
So there is a silver lining.
Yeah.
And how was it like for your daughter? Like, how old was she when she found out about this?
She was 21. So it was, she was right there with me. She was strong. It makes a difference to have that support group, because there are days that you don't want to get up and go out. And, I had Bill and I had Ginger, and no matter what I wanted, they would, they were on it. So, it was the positive attitude and just having people around you. Don't listen to anybody else's horror stories and just focus on you and what you're going through.
Well, thank you so much for telling your story and for, inspiring people who go to those doctors and say, nope, there's no hope. You're here to tell us there is absolutely
only
hope.
will you survive, but you will thrive.
Okay, well, thank you so much for telling your story.
Thank you.
To get more information on these stories, there are other cancer survivors who are telling their stories at breastlink.com as well. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See, you made me.